This is a troubleshooter white paper investigation dealing with Southern California. I'm TV journalist Judd McIlvain. Now a look at how to choose a nursing or retirement home for an elderly family member. You may have heard the horror stories about abuse of patients at nursing homes. Too many of them are true. Some of the worst torture cases allegedly happened here at the Silverado Nursing Home and Residence Center in Calabasas, California, right in the San Fernando Valley. 21-year-old Cesar Ula was named Employee of the Month at the nursing home that specializes in care for patients suffering from dementia. But in this picture, he's in the Van Nuys courtroom where he was given a life sentence for 8 counts of elder abuse, torturing patients at the retirement home. A former worker at the nursing home testified that Ula jumped off a dresser and landed with both knees on a patient's stomach and chest. Also, there was testimony from another former worker at the home that Ula forced patients in wheelchairs to fight each other. He was caught after a worker called the widow of a patient who died at the home. The caregiver told his widow that he had been beaten to death. He didn't die of natural causes. His body was exhumed, and the victim had many broken bones. Several months later, a 94-year-old dementia patient turned up missing. They couldn't find her anywhere here at the home. A lot of people were looking. And then all of a sudden they found her in a walk-in freezer. It was 5 degrees in there. Experts said she couldn't have lasted much longer. Question: how did she get into a locked kitchen and then into a locked walk-in freezer? No one's answered that question. She survived. This is attorney Judd Matsunaga, who's the founder of Elder Law Services and an expert in finding good nursing or retirement homes. And Judd, let's talk about the rights that people have when they're looking into a nursing home. What should you look for? We've heard some of these horror stories.
Well, the first thing you should look for when choosing a nursing home is location. You should find a facility that's close and convenient for the person that's going to be visiting the most. Studies have shown that residents of long-term care facilities that get visited the most often are healthier and recover faster than those that don't.
When my wife's grandmother was in a nursing home, I'd call every other day and say, when's visiting hours? Coming out today. And I didn't make it out all the time, but I wanted them to know that I was paying attention.
That's absolutely right. The family plays a big role in how well the quality of care the family member receives in the nursing home.
Now, what about the standard of the caregivers? We know they pay them basically minimum wage, and the people that have been convicted of the abuse, one of them was supposed to be the Employee of the Month. How do you protect against that?
When you visit a nursing home, there are good ones and bad ones, just like any other profession. If the staff, they're friendly and they're helpful, they'll look you in the eye, probably going to tend to watch over your loved one better than if you walk into a nursing home and the staff are unfriendly, seem not to care, and won't look in the eye. They might be the ones that are guilty of the abuse.
And what about the smell?
Oh, okay. That's a great test. Whenever I walk into a nursing home, if it smells like urine, probably not the best one. The better, well-run nursing homes will tend to be clean. They'd be bright and cheery. The staff will put up pictures on the wall of birthdays, and they make it enjoyable for the residents to stay there. Bottom line, if you don't enjoy visiting, think of having to live there.
People are asking right now, what does this cost? We've heard that it's really expensive. The 94-year-old lady that got stuck in the freezer, her family was paying $70,000 a year. Is that high, low, or medium?
That's actually about average. If you want a private room, it could easily run $84,000 a year, and that's just for the bed. if you need a special apparatus like a ventilator, feeding tube, or a trach, it could easily run $10,000 to $20,000 a month. You could go out of money real quick. What most families don't realize is there's a public program to help pay for long-term care, and that's called Medi-Cal.
So Medi-Cal will actually pay, will they pay the whole thing?
They will pay up to the whole thing depending on whether you're married or single and depending on what your income is. But it's definitely something that most families are not going to be told when they enter the nursing home.
So finding the right nursing home is a challenge. You have to follow the rules like you said, and you got to find one close enough so you can visit a lot.
That's absolutely correct.
Thank you, Judd, for this information. It's been very interesting. And I want everybody to know Judd Matsunaga is with or founder of Elder Law Services of California. Thank you again.
My pleasure.
2012, there were 60 elder abuse criminal cases in California nursing homes, and 46 were convictions. Remember what Judd Matsunaga says about the number one thing you should consider when you're choosing a nursing home or residential facility? Number one is that it is close so you can visit often. That's so important. Number two, make sure it is staffed with people that you'd like to spend the rest of your life with. How do they treat the residents? With respect? The purpose of this documentary was to bring to you the facts the way we found them and let you make up your own mind about how the community of Southern California may have to have stronger laws for the protection of the entire community and especially the mentally ill. If you'd like to contact me, my address is troubleshooterjudd.com. Thank you for joining us.